Good morning, everyone. Today we have to discuss Unit 2 HTML. First, what is HTML? The introduction of HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markable Language. Markable language, and it's used to design web page using the markup language. HTML is a combination of hypertext and a markup language. Hypertext defines a link between web page. A markup language is used to define the text document within the tag which define the structure of web pages. This language is used to um, annotate a text so that a machine can be understand it and understand it and manipulate text accordingly. Most markup language, for example HTML, are human readable. The language sorry the language uses tags to define what manipulation has to be done on the text. This is the element and tag of the basic element and tag of a HTML. First for we have to uh, open tag h1 and close tag. You have to type your content. That means for example we have to type hello world, then uh, open tag and slash h1. This is a closing tag. This is a format, that means opening tag and closing tag. Then whatever content you have to mention, your user define the content you have to write. This is this is a element and tag. Second one we have to see HTML page structure. HTML page structure is it's nothing but what are the head face, then what are the title, then what is the body content, what is the paragraph. So for that the heading title, then various kind of content you have to write, and you have to make a different kind of web pages. So the basic HTML structure, you understand. For example HTML, then head tag, HTML tag, head tag, then title tag, then closed your head tag, then open your body tag, and body content you have to write, then close your body tag, then finally close your HTML tag. This is the basic structure. The features of HTML: it is easy to learn and easy to use. It is platform independent. It is platform independent. Images, videos, and audio can be added to a web page using HTML language. Hypertext can be added to the text. It is a markup language. Why learn HTML? Uh, why we have to learn HTML? It is a simple markup language. Its implementation, it's easy. It is used to create website. Helps in developing fundamentals about web programming, and boost professional career. Web pages. The internet consists of client and server. For example, the web pages you are reading right now, it's actually a computer file that is on a College of Engineering web server. The computer you are using to view this page is the client computer. The client and server are connected by what is called the Hypertext Transport Protocol, or HTTP for short. Hypertext Transfer Protocol is related to a network layer. Both computers must understand this protocol to communicate with each other. This is done by the programs that are used. On the client side, it is your browser, and on the server side, it is one of the many type of web server program. We have to use Apache web server. For example, HTTP use the Uniform Resource Locator, or URL, to communicate between the client and the server. This URL tells the server which web page it need to send to the client, and so the URL is basically an address of the web. If you look at the top of your browser, you will see that the URL for this web page, for example www.engr.closestate.edu. slash etc slash webbase. This is your URL URL tag. The address can be broken down like this: HTTP. It tells server that the client is request to a web page. The client can also request other things from the server. Then www.enr.closestate.edu. This is a host that's a client computer wish to connect to. It is basically the name of the computer that the web page are stored in ETS slash web basics. This is the path of the specific web page the client computer wants to see. It is basically a listening of the directories on the server computer where file is stored. So this web page is a directly called web, that is within a directory called how, that is in turn with the directory called ENS that resides at the root of the web server. Another important protocol that is used to communicate between client and server is hypertext markable language, or HTML. This is a language that used to actually create the web page. It tells your browser how to display the content of the computer file on your browser window. How the web works. For example, this is a you have to see a monitor. All are visible, that overall overall flow chart or block diagram of how the work of web works. First, for a browser client, this is our user system. Then server machine, user send to request to your server. Then your server response to a client. What is that? URL request. Then your response is HTML. Then directly you have to server response to user. That means client. Files are files and other supporting server related documents or applications stored in your server machine. This is the basic function of webworks. And this client side script was server side script. This is the important topic. What is client side? Client side means that the processing takes place on the user's computer. It requires browsers to run the scripts on the client machine without involving and processing on the server. The scripts are typically embedded into HTML text. Client-side scripting may be utilized to check the user's form from problem before submitting it, and to change the content based on the user's input. The web needs three components to functions: client, database, and server. The web needs three components to function: client, database, and server. The client-side scripting may significantly reduce server demand. It is intended to utilize a scripting language with the web browser as a host program. This is the client-side scripting. Then another one, server side. Server side scripting is a programming technique for creating code that may run software on the server side. In other words, server side scripting is any scripting method that may operate on web server. At the server end, actions such as a website customization, dynamic changing in website content, response creation to user request, database access, and many more are carried out. Server side scripting creates a communication channel between a server and a client. This is a client and server machines. That means client send a request, then your client send a request to a server to response to a client. What we have to discuss today? Initially, introduction of HTML. Then how HTML works. Then basic structures. Then what are the basic structure of HTML and basic web network. These topics are discussed. Then another, client and server side scripting. What is client side server was scripting side server side scripting and client side scripting. What is the difference, and what is the main role of client side scripting, and what is the server side scripting? These two topics we have discussed. Hopefully you all understand today We discuss two topics. Further, we have to next topic we have to see in next class. Thank you.